Kalofalahiatu, I'm Sarai Mangaoa and welcome to BCN News. Leading our news tonight, one new case of COVID-19 in a known close contact was detected yesterday, bringing the total number of active cases on the island to 26. While the island still remains on alert code red, Health is calling for the people to get a rapid antigen test that will be distributed at every village community hall this coming Saturday. BCN News spoke with health officials who provided the latest update.
Acting Premier and Minister of Health Honourable Sauni Tongatule announced last Friday that the island has moved to highest national COVID-19 alert code red as there are local cases that exist in Niue with high possibility of community transmission.
What this means that we take action to mitigate or minimize the impact of the disease on our society as much as possible, without resorting to a lockdown. Most activities can continue as planned, similar to condition under alert level yellow.
BCN News spoke with Public Health Dr. Marianne Bawai of the New Zealand Ministry of Health on Tuesday this week, who explained more about the community cases.
In Niue, there's two different types of cases that are recorded. The first type is a border case, so that is someone who has either arrived from overseas or is linked back to a person who has arrived from overseas. The second type of case that's recorded in Niue is a community case. A community case is someone who does not have a link back to the border.
According to the latest health and government update, a nationwide COVID-19 rapid antigen testing campaign will commence on this Saturday for all households on the island. The campaign invites all villagers aged 3 years and over to take part and get tested. This will be held at each village community hall on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the afternoon. BCN News also spoke with Director General of Health, Kaylin Tasmania, where she asked for the people of Niue to work together and get a rapid antigen test. Doing this would help the health department have a fair idea of how widespread the virus is in the community.
We cannot do this alone, so we've asked the village councils, we've asked other NGOs and youth groups even, anyone who is able to help. The idea is that every person, every household is to be tested on the same day for those time periods that we ask for. And if you are positive, we will ask you to come to the hospital and get a PCR test. You and your family, you and your household. If you are negative, then you move on to another day.
Team Niue's boxer Duke and Holo Tutakitoa Williams has moved on to the semi-finals after winning his fight against Cook Island boxer Schuster last night. This may be the first time in history that Niue will bring home a medal from the Commonwealth Games. Meanwhile, Lone Bulls continue to put up a fight against the big nations, especially for young 14-year-old TK Tangelangi, who continues to play exceptionally well. Here's more on this story. A fantastic win for Team Niue boxer Tutakitoa Williams, who took out his opponent in less than 5 minutes in the second round of their fight in the heavyweight 86 to 92 kilogram category, according to a recent article written by the National for All of Wales. Young boxer Xavier Mataafa Ikinofo in the welterweight 63.5 to 67 kilogram division also won his match against Cameroon boxer Jean Nga with 5 points to 1, but lost in the quarterfinals against boxer Dokas from India to 5 points to 0. Meanwhile, young Lone Bulls athlete 14-year-old TK Tangelangi continues to face up to his challenging opponents. The 10 Lone Bowlers, 5 men and 5 women, have lost all their matches at the Games. It is currently day 8 at the Birmingham Games as the end draws near for Team Niue, but will they bring home Niue's first medal is still to be contested. Niue is leading in the world to be the first nation to eliminate viral hepatitis, a milestone for this small island nation, leading a big example to the rest of the world. BCN News was able to speak with hepatology specialist and Cure a Country advocate and founder Hazel Hill, who arrived on Monday this week, who explains more. Here's more on this story.
A New Zealand-based viral hepatitis elimination project known as Cure a Country has been liaising with the Niue Health Department since 2019 to achieve its goal of curing a country from viral hepatitis. Two officials of the Cure a Country non-governmental organizations arrived on the island on Monday this week to assist the Health Department with the hepatitis elimination project, including clinical health specialist in hepatology Margaret Fraser from Dunedin Hospital. BCN News was able to speak with co-founder Hazel Hill of Cure a Country this morning, who explains the essence of the project and Niue's unique position in the world for eliminating viral hepatitis.
I started a little NGO to work on global elimination, and we wanted to make a model country to show how to do it right. And we thought that Niue should be the first country in the world to treat all its patients, whole population, for viral hepatitis, either B or C. So yes, Niue has achieved that. We're very excited. We've been working on this project with Dr. Eddie for nearly 3 years now, and with Mrs. Tasmania's help and Zelda's help, and everybody who assisted with the testing. We fundraised for the testing and for the things that we needed here, and we're very excited to be here. So what I'm very happy to say is that Niue is the first country in the whole world to know the full viral hepatitis status of its people, and is on track for being noted by the World Health Organization as the first country to eliminate viral hepatitis.
Both the Niue Health and Cure a Country have worked together over the years to make Niue the first nation in the world to be cured from hepatitis. But due to COVID-19 pandemic, it has been on hold for the past 2 years. Nevertheless, the team was able to push through and make it a success for the World Health Organization goal target by 2030.
We've symbolically fundraised for this whole project to Cure a Country, as we call the project Cure a Country Niue. We fundraised symbolically to do this entire project from start to finish for $95,000, which is the price of a single treatment in the US for hepatitis C. We wanted to demonstrate that we can get on top of this disease effectively in countries that can't afford that kind of money.
BCN News was also able to speak with Niue Health Dr. Eddie Akawala this morning, where he expressed his profound gratitude for the project, which has immensely helped the Niue Health team and nation to eliminate the viral disease. A great milestone for the island to be globally recognized as the first country in the world to be cured from hepatitis.
School Term 3 began on Monday this week, but instead of students going into school, the Department of Education announced that for the first week, schools will be done through remote learning at home, a result of the increasing number of community cases and alert code red. Here's more on this story. Parents and caregivers were able to visit the schools and collect learning packs from the school offices throughout the week. Teachers could also send schoolwork via email and even host some classes via Zoom for students with internet access if required. Director of Education Bertha Tongahai told BCN News in an email today that if the numbers of COVID cases continue to increase, then the schools will continue its remote learning for an extra week. The New Zealand Defence Force contingent to Niue departed the island on Tuesday this week, leaving on the C-130 Hercules aircraft. Expressions of gratitude from the people of Niue were felt for the work Tropic Twilight has contributed to the island, especially for Niue High School's improved school hall, science lab and ablutions block. Here's more on this story.
After 3 weeks of constant work and refurbishment on some of the island's public buildings, the New Zealand Defence Force were able to leave the island with a feeling of accomplishment. Their primary jobs while on the island were at Niue High School upgrading the science lab, school hall and the ablution block. Before the team left on Tuesday, an unofficial handover and tour was conducted between the team and school administrators on Monday, where gifts and words of gratitude were exchanged. BCNU spoke with the New Zealand High Commissioner Helen Turner yesterday afternoon.
It's one of those projects that's just had a nice outcome for the high school, and we're really pleased that we were able to complete it. The timing worked out quite well through the school holidays, which meant that it was safe. They were able to work there throughout the last few weeks without anybody being too concerned about contact and the like. So we're really pleased it was finalised.
New Zealand Defence Force Troop Commander Gendro Finlay, in her final words left for Niue, says that they were grateful for all the support and hospitality shown to them.
Just thank you for having us. Like, the guys have loved it so far and everyone's been super accommodating. So yeah, thanks for letting us be here and we do appreciate it. I know it's very stressful times with COVID at the moment. So yeah, we just appreciate it.
Niue thanks to the New Zealand Defence Force and Tropic Twilight for all the work that they have contributed for Niue. On our other news of the week, Alentano Poliosi was officiated by the International Weightlifting Federation to referee weightlifting at the Birmingham Commonwealth Games, a high honour being the only Niuean to represent the nation as an international technical official in the international sports arena. Losana Sionehalo reports.
BCNU spoke with Mr. Poliosi over the weekend, who shared his immense gratitude. With 15 years of experience, Mr. Poliosi says that compared to the Pacific Mini Games, where he was also a referee for weightlifting, the Birmingham Games is a completely different and bigger experience. He is one of few technical officials that are from the Oceania region. BCN News understands that Mr. Poliosi has completed his role at the Games and is due to return to New Zealand on Sunday morning.
A sub-adult humpback whale was reported to be entangled in ropes from a fish aggregating device. But after a little bit of teamwork, the whale was rescued and was freed from its distress. Here's more on this story. Local fisherman BJ Riggs was out at sea off the coast of Tuapa village last Thursday morning when he spotted a sub-adult humpback whale in distress, being entangled in ropes from a fish aggregating device. According to Niue Blue, BJ was the first on the scene and made an initial assessment of its condition, and it was clearly exhausted and unable to move. 2 officers from the Fisheries Department then arrived shortly after onto the scene and acted quickly to help the whale in distress. A strenuous task it was for the team, which required a lot of precision and careful consideration for the safety of the whale and those who were in the water. But a great relief was seen after they successfully cut the rope entangling the whale, watching as the humpback whale swam away freely into the vast ocean. Credits to Niue Blue for the footage. And before we end our news tonight, the Lakapa Village Show Day will still be happening this Saturday. The village would like to invite everyone to come and support the Village Show Day, but also to be mindful and to follow the health and safety protocols under Alert Code Red. And that is our news bulletin for tonight. Do join us again next Tuesday for our Wangahau Niue Bulletin. Until then, wishing you all a safe weekend. Wear your masks and practice social distancing. Kia munui.